What's up, everybody? So after a full day of snowboarding at Snow Summit, we drove across Big Bear Lake over to the off-highway vehicle areas of Big Bear. We went on Palik Canyon Road, and we found this corner to camp out in. And the best thing about it, it was only 5 miles away. The main reason I looked into car camping in the Big Bear area during snowboard season and ski season is because these hotels and motels are just too expensive. And a personal reason of mine is I love waking up to nature and just being in the middle of it. But there's some things you need to know before you try to winter snow car camp. First of all, you need a capable vehicle. I don't want to get into detail about what that is, but let me just show you an example. Here we have a Hummer H2. It's a very capable off-road vehicle that has 4-wheel drive. This thing even has a winch, but let's see, it's trying to stop. It inches forward and then slides. He can't control himself. He's going to try to reverse here, and he slides. Okay, so that probably tells us that he has the wrong tires. So even with a capable vehicle, if you don't have the right tires, if your tires are bald, or if there's something that's causing you to lose traction in snow, then you might want to reconsider snow camping in the Big Bear area. The next thing you're going to need is camping shelter. I personally like to use my Subaru Forester, but other options would be a rooftop tent or a traditional tent. Winterized, of course. You need to make sure that it blocks out cold wind. The last thing I want to cover is a good extreme weather sleeping bag. I personally have a negative 25-degree sleeping bag. I know that this will keep me comfortable in any temperature that California throws at me. It typically doesn't get lower than 0 degrees.
I'm cool. I have a stock car. Of course I'm cool.
Okay, so this is a stock Forester. A cool one, in my opinion. You know what though? A lot of people will comment that the seats don't fold down flat, and in my opinion, they do. So it kind of shows that you know what, they do fold down flat. I mean, it's flat, but I think people get confused that look, here is a downward slope. So what's happening here? Sorry, Lewis, I'm not trying to mess up your.
Move shit around.
But so it's flat. It's gonna be flat right here, and then there's a drop off right there, and then the trunk area goes downwards that way.
In the Australian market, people are saying that they come with full-size spares already, and to accommodate those full-size spares, they have different foam in here, and it's going to be raised. So here is going to be the trunk cover, and you can see right down here, the key is the raised trunk area. That is going to elevate the trunk area so that it lines up with the seats that fold down. So let me show you my system. I created this by buying some lumber from Home Depot, and everything cost me about 20 bucks. I had Home Depot make the cuts. I did the measurements before time, and this is what I came up with. Check it out. So here it is. A flat surface, perfect for sleeping on. This also increases the cargo area under the trunk cover. So I'm running a oversized full-size spare. This is the Yokohama G015. It's sized 225/65-R17. This tire is almost an inch larger in diameter than the stock 17-inch wheel Forester size. And I guess this means that I have almost a half-inch lift on my Forester. So not only does raising the trunk area provide a sleeping surface, but there's other benefits as well. So it's a win-win. I can't really imagine too many disadvantages. So without further ado, let me show you how I built this. First, you'll have to get rid of all the foam in the trunk area. Go ahead and keep it. You know, if you ever have to sell your vehicle, you'll want to return it back to OEM standards, right? So keep that foam. Might as well. Then you'll need to make some wood cuts. So you'll need one 2x4 that is 41 inches, a 2x4 that is 28 3/4 inches, two pieces of 2x4s that are 9 3/4 inches, and then two pieces of 2x8s that measure 28 inches. The next thing you're going to have to do is you'd have to cut out some part of 2x8 lumber. So here we have, I don't know, the frame of the wheel well. It kind of protrudes out like this. So you'll have to cut this much out. You know, for a more efficient cut, just do this. Just go like this. There you go. The 41-inch piece of lumber is going to sit in between the wheel wells. I attached the 2x8s to that 41-inch piece of lumber and secured it with some brackets. The piece of lumber that is 28 3/4 inch long, well, here I designed it to come out in case I needed to pull out my spare tire, but after doing some testing, it's not needed. You could permanently mount that piece right there, and you could pull out your tire just fine. The last pieces will be the 9 3/4 inch pieces, and they're going to be right here. So self-explanatory, just cut them, and then you'll insert the screws right here to lock them in. And after you do that, the frame's complete, and it should be nice and snug. It should not move around or rattle. I have no increase noise and road vibrations from this. Yeah, my ride, in my opinion, is still quiet. I don't really notice a difference. I'll show you some other stuff. So it's a great place to keep recovery gear. Here is my air compressor. I have a shovel right here, some camping picks, my hiking poles, and then this is going to be a bathroom tent, instant pop-up tent. Got my headboards right here. I have a drill, some other tools, extension cord, a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of stuff that you should have in your car. Tow strap, I have a tow strap right there. And then, of course, under all this is my full-size spare, oversized spare. So the last thing we need to do is solve the almost 2-foot gap in between the rear seats and the front passenger seat when it's pushed all the way forward and tilted all the way forward. I got this idea directly off of SubaruForester.org. There's a guy named Wolfie that came up with this idea of creating headboards that hang on the front passenger and driver headrests using a rope that just it just ties around. So measuring the gap, it's about just a little under 21 inches. I would actually just go with 21. I think that's how I cut mine. You definitely don't want it undersized. If you do, then your board will just shake around. So probably better just kind of jam it in there rather than have that board float around while you're sleeping. Sorry, I know this video is probably boring to watch, so let's go have some fun. Let's do some trail riding. So there's still some snow spots left over from the storm 2 weeks ago. Where was it? But it said 2N09A. I'm assuming this is a campground. This is the yellow post, maybe? Aha! There it is! The yellow post. I think. Pipeline gas? No, it's not. I don't know. Let me look at this map real quick and find out. Yeah. Let me see here real quick. 1 second, Lewis. Yeah. Okay. It leads. You know what? It leads to it. We are gonna pass by the yellow post site, and I want to check this place out. See, it's because it's not too much further from where we were just at. And if it's a nicer campsite, hey, might as well stay there, right? All right, let's go see, dude. Beer bottle. Someone's been drinking. Here we are. We found it. The yellow post site. No one's here. No one is here. Yellow post 31. Put it out. Every spark dead out. Fit a lot of people here. Got a table, got a fire pit. Oh, dude. All right, next time. Pretty cool, huh? We need to camp out here sometime. And look, fire pit and a table. Yeah. All right. Let's continue on. Hey, turn on your X mode because it's a little mudded and ruddy. The red is in the middle. Okay, pinstripe. Skid plates himself, but he doesn't have ATs, which can be a little scary for the sidewalls.
Nice night. Leading receiver on the team this year, 8 of 14. He's caught 4 for 47.
Play fake it, hit the swing.